Hello, everyone, on this satisfying Saturday. How you guys doing this morning? I am grateful. I am thankful to be alive, to see yet another day that He made. God is a mighty God. God is an awesome God. I don't care what nobody else tell you, where anybody put it in your mind, to not know and to not feel and to not receive and experience how God is an awesome and mighty God. And you know your girl Morgan is on this healing journey. And every time I'm doing things and I'm going through things and I'm experiencing things, I'm gaining so much knowledge, so many more lessons that He has for me as He carries me on this next part of my chapter, my journey in life. Well, guys, I want to talk to the parents, moms, dads, aunts who became parents, grandparents who became parents to their grandchildren. As I'm on this journey, I'm learning so much, and I'm learning more as a parent. Because when I grew up raising my children as a 16-year-old teenager, in my mind, I thought I was a parent. I knew I was a parent. And I learned the tools and the tricks and the trades of how I thought a parent was supposed to be, raising two young children on my own with not much guidance and not much wisdom. But I'm going to have a one-on-one with you parents. There's a lot of generational curses and cycles that have been passed on from generation to generation to generation. And it may be more prevalent to the Black community, the Black culture, than it is in any other culture, any other race, that generational curses and cycles exist. And you pass on from one generation to the next generation to the next generation until someone decides, those things were not done right. We have to break them. And because we have to break them, it has to start in the uncomfortable moments. A lot of our parents from the past had a lot of their own hurts and pain. And unfortunately, because they had their own hurts and pains, they passed it on to their children. And if those children did not understand or did not learn those lessons or take what they learned and saw and knew this was right or this wrong, because as I always told you before, when you know better, you do better. And if they didn't break that cycle when they had their own children, it just continued on to the next generation and the next generation. And now you have all these generations of so many people who have all this pain, all this hurt, all this bitterness, all this anger built up inside them like it's going to explode. And you're like, what is wrong? Why is this? And I'm mad at my parents for this. And I'm mad at my mom. And I'm mad at my dad for this. And I'm mad at my aunt for this. And my grandparents for this. They should have told me. Unfortunately, sometimes those parents were not able to, especially if they did not know. And then if they did know and they had an idea, but then they have other people, those whisperers, those gossipers, those people who are jealous of you, or those people who can't understand, well, what's so special about your child? Or why you love your child better than you love me? Or why do you love your child better than you love this child? Or why are you treating this child so much different than you're treating that child? And so they'll tell you things to not share with your children to help them grow as they become adults. So listen here, parents. I'm an example of what parents was not sharing with me, was not able to share with me, did not know how to share with me, because they had those whispers, those gossipers, those people who were like, I don't like her, and I don't like her child neither. So I'm not going to give her the tools or the tricks of the trade to help her move forward, to help her rear her own child. And then when that child has those children, because you didn't get that guidance and that wisdom to go on the path you did, you pass on what you could pass on to your children. But what you did not know is that cycle continued. That hurt, that pain, that disappointment, that sadness, that anger, the loneliness passed on to the next generation, and the next generation, and the next generation. But unlike your girl Morgan, I was the opposite. When I knew, I shared. When I learned, I apologized. Can't save, can't protect what you don't know. Like with my parents. They couldn't protect, they couldn't save what they did not know. And remember, guys, I told you I'm on this healing journey and I'm back in connection with my mom and learning so much and gaining so much more knowledge to understand who she was as a parent, raising me on her own as a single mom. I was a single mom. So from one single mom to another single mom, I'm learning those lessons that I need now to pass on to my own children and grandchildren. But if I did not know, could not help. If I did not know, could not save or protect. Because parents, God gives us these children as our gifts. And when you don't protect, love, respect, and support those gifts, either God takes them back or he lets them loose in the world. And whatever path and direction they become or they go on as adults is out of your hands. And all you can do is just say, I pray for them. I just got to pray for them. Because if you got hard-headed kids, like I probably was a hard-headed kid at one time. And I had my own kids that was hard-headed at one time. And you probably got your own kids that were hard-headed at one time. And you know what they said about hard head? Make a what? Soft tushy. So those hard heads make a soft tushy. And then you're being stubborn and hard-headed at the same time and bullish. Because yes, bull is part of my family generation, lineage, legacy. As you're growing up, it make a rough, rocky road. A roller coaster ride that you seem to cannot never get off. A hamster wheels that you seem to cannot never get off. All because of the parenting. So I'm telling you, parents, if you learn things that you knew that you were saying, I'm going to keep it a secret from my kids. I don't want them to know about my past. I don't want them to know about this. I don't want them to learn that about me or what I went through or what I experienced. Sometimes you got to share that uncomfortable thing so you can help break that cycle for your children, which is what I did. And my best friend said, we were having a conversation one day, and he said, I miss my mom. My mom was my best friend. It was like when she left me by myself. And I said, best friend, she didn't leave you by yourself because you got me. It ain't the same. It is not. But when God takes away someone, he'll always give you your people. And it's never going to be like your mom. It's never going to be like your dad. But it's going to be close enough because God knows your heart. And he always gives us our heart's desire. And so I said, best friend, it's okay. Because she's always watching. She's always listening. Like when I lost my dad. I remember when he passed. He said, boo-boo, I'm sorry. And I said, okay, Daddy, it's okay. You good? I forgive you. I forgave you a long time ago. And he said, no, boo-boo. Daddy's sorry. He's going to take care of you. And I said, how you going to take care of me when you gone? I'm seeing it now. I'm experiencing it now as I'm on this journey and I'm sharing my journey with you guys. So you guys are on this healing journey with me. Come on along. Let's go along this ride. Because I promise you, it ain't pretty. It ain't sweet. It ain't like the chocolate cake, the thing that I love always. Ain't like that chocolate candy that I love. It's going to be some bitter moments. It's going to be some sad, hurtful, painful moments. But one thing I know for certain and two things for sure, I did my part with the tools that I had in my tool belt as a parent. So I'm saying to you parents, when you're seeing your children out there as adults, going left, and you gave them the guidance and the wisdom and the knowledge to go right. And they say, I'm an adult. I don't need to listen to you. And I'm connected with other young people, and they like, yeah, man, I ain't listening to my mom, my dad. They be getting on my nerves, and they be acting like they know everything. They know this, they know that. But guess what? They do. Because they've been there and they've done that. Unlike them, I wrote the book about it. So because they get on your nerves, and I just get connected back with my mom, but don't make it think like it's all peaches and creamers and roses, because she's still my mom and she's never going to change. But I love her with my whole heart, mind, and soul. That's what my one main prayer to the Lord was. Before her time comes to a close, I want to make that amends back with my mom. I want to tell it to her where she can hear me while she's still above ground. I love you. I've always loved you. I respect you. And I'll always honor you. Because in the Bible, it will never, ever be unwritten. Honor thy mother and father, or the days on this earth may be long. It ain't guaranteed to no one. Man, woman, boy, girl, or child shall belong. Because if you don't, it ain't about me listening and looking. That man, the G to the O to the D, always looking and listening to how you talk to your parents, to how you greet your parents, to how you love them, how you respect them. Even if you don't agree with everything they say and do, and I promise you, I didn't agree with everything my mom did. I didn't agree with everything my dad did. But as an adult child of theirs, their firstborn, I always respected them. And if I felt like I was going to say something that was inappropriate or disrespectful, kept that mouth closed. Didn't say anything. Just disconnected the conversation. I'll talk to you later when I've calmed myself down, when I've gotten my mind right. Because if I said anything out of order or out of pocket, that man upstairs like, you know I'm still listening. I'm still watching. I hear you. And even if you don't say it, I know your heart and I know your intentions. So parents, from one parent to 3 adult children, if the Lord allow, when I had her at 16 years old, she'll be 33 years old at 8:29 in the morning on her birthday. I had that 31-year-old at 8:37 a.m. And if the Lord allowed, that 26-year-old will be 27-year-old. And I had her at 5:30 in the morning on her birthday. As an adult parent, parenting adult children, I'm trying to tell you, you got to let them know the things that you did not know. And you got to say, I'm sorry, did not know. Because I was living life and I was lifing while life was lifing me as a young parent. And then when I got with that ex-husband as a young parent, still running these streets, trying to make sure my children was taken care of, making sure my children were happy, even if I was unhappy. Tell them you're sorry. Listen to what they got to say. But let it not be a fighting match, a screaming match. Well, you was wrong, and you did this, and you did that, and you did this, and you did that. Because when your children become adults, and you still give them the tools of the trade, and they decide they still want to go left, and you said, no, baby, go right. Because I went left. And there's that left side, it ain't a good side. You know they say left-handed people, and my kid is a left-handed child. She's such a genius. She knows she is. She's a one-of-a-kind, unique individual on purpose. She just needs to see that. They just need to see that. We're telling you to go right for a reason. So parents, have that conversation, that uncomfortable conversation with your children when they're at the age of knowledge and understanding. And then when they're at the age of knowledge and understanding, when they become 18 and over. Because they're making the choices and decisions that they're making because they're lost. And they need that guidance and wisdom. And for the ones who did get that guidance and wisdom and they're still lost, all thing you can do is just pray for them. But at least not let it be said that you did not tell them, to give them that guidance and wisdom of what your past was, so they can help understand who you are. So as they have their own children, if they decide to have their own children, because they know better, they'll start to do better. Parents, our children are our future. That was a song I used to love when I was in the 6th grade. And shout out to Lottie Elementary in Philly, PA, West Philly down the bottom. That was my favorite song. We graduated. We sung that song. We are the world. We are the children of the future. We got our generation now who is 18, 19, 20, 21. They're the next generation to carry on our legacy. And these kids are getting caught up in the system, going to jail left and right, losing their lives, getting in arguments, and all they want to do is use the weapons of fire to settle their disputes. I remember back in the day, I wasn't a fighter, but I remember back in the day, the parents say, go out there and fight them. You go out there and you fight them. And once you fight them, they'll leave you alone. They won't mess with you more. And I was one of those punks. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. But then the moments when I did, they was like, oh, she got fire behind her. That's why I always tell people, do not push my buttons and you'll never see the other side. And he'll say, oh, well, she acting like her mom. She acting like her dad. You're right. Because I am their child. Because if it wasn't for them getting together to make me, I wouldn't have my own children. I wouldn't have my grandchildren that I never thought I would have. Honor thy mother and thy father, because the days on the earth shall be, may be long, but it's not guaranteed. And if it is, you're going to be on that roller coaster ride if you did not honor your parents. To my mom, I love you with all my heart, my soul, my spirit and being. Because if it wasn't for you getting with my daddy and you carried me for 9 months, thank you for carrying me and thank you for bringing me into this world. You're my daddy. People, parents, have that sit-down conversation with your children so they can stop running these streets and doing the things that they're doing as adults, as 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. Because remember, I had my first child at 14. That was a stillborn. But I had my oldest at 16. And when you're thinking you're grown, you're really not. But if you don't have that piece of wisdom and guidance, because your own parents were going their own thing, and your own parents were dealing with their own thing, you're going to go left instead of going right. God is above. Jesus is at the right side of us, and it's for a reason. Have that conversation so you and your children, even if they are adults, can begin that healing process and can break that generational curse and cycle. Have an amazing weekend, guys. I hope you listen to this message and take heed. Because I am victory. Morgan Rees, endurance is victory. Because I'm listening and I'm having those uncomfortable conversations. Be blessed, people. Have an amazing weekend and be safe. Love you.